Black Man Translation 101.
You talking to my baby moms? Are you sleeping with the mother of my child? Yeah, I saw him.
Sir, this card has been flagged. I'm going to need you to.
All opinions are those of the participants making them and are not an endorsement of any position, program, religion, or political affiliation. DFG's Corner is for information, observation, and entertainment. I ask that you comment, like, share, and subscribe. DFG's Corner is for information, observation, and entertainment. I ask that you
Good
comment,
evening,
like,
ladies
share,
and
and
gentlemen.
subscribe.
This is DFG, the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce. The lady's choice, of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce. To, Tonight, I got a show with respect to um, dating. And what I'm going to talk about, I got this from Miss Kim. Thank you, Miss Kim. Um, we're going to be talking about, there's a little, I got a little Facebook video I just want you to see. It's going to take about 2 minutes, and then we're going to come back. Facebook video I just want you to see. It's going to take about 2 minutes, and then we're going to come back. Facebook video I just want you to see. It's going to take about 2 minutes, and then we're going to come back.
Let me know what you think. Stay until the end because I'm going to be sharing my thoughts too.
Thank y'all. Here's this. And y'all get ready. Get ready. I'll take that out of the way.
Oh no, you can sit it. You can give it to him.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Me? You paying for them? I'm paying for you.
What you mean?
I didn't come here to. No disrespect. But I didn't come here for them. I came here for you.
Okay, so I mean, if you weren't gonna pay for me and my girls, why the fuck would you come? I'm confused.
I'm gonna pay for you. But your girls, they gotta pay. You grown.
Why are you here if you're not gonna pay for it? What the heck?
Like, what is? I mean, you didn't even have to come. You can leave.
What you mean?
You can leave. No. I'm talking about after you pay that bill because I invited you thinking you was finna pay for my girls though.
No, I'm paying for you. I wanted to hang with you. I wanted to know you. I didn't want to.
But you knew my girls was here though.
I knew that. So what? It's a sacrifice to hang with you.
But you knew my girls was here though.
No, actually. No.
Three ways.
4 ways.
Hey man. Okay, I see. Okay, you petty. You can go ahead and go, baby. No, you ain't even gotta worry about paying for yourself. We see what type of guy you is. Go on, move around. Okay, move around. That's crazy. Okay, bye. Okay, what did he even come? Dude, okay, see, that's what I be saying. That's what I be saying. Like what the? Now we stuck with. Okay, now we stuck with an almost $200 bill because we ordered all this stuff.
Right, thinking that he was over here acting like he had it. And
Oh
now he
no!
ain't got it. You know they be lying. Fake flexing.
When I watched that video, I was appalled. I think the woman's behavior on the date was wildly inappropriate. Now, I want to be clear. If she wanted to invite her friends out on a date with her and this guy that is their date, I don't know if they're boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever they are, it doesn't say in the video, but if they're dating, he's interested in her, and he's making it very clear, I want to spend time with you. If you want to invite friends along for that journey, you are more than welcome to do that. But to anticipate and to expect and be entitled to him paying for them too, I think is wildly inappropriate. And then when he lays a boundary and says, I don't want to pay, I want to pay for you, like you're the one I want to spend time with. And for her to take that as like, you don't have money, as she said in the video, you act like you have it when you don't, as she said in the video, turning that somehow into criticism on him as a man, she has crossed a line in a big way. I've said this before lots of times, and it's 1,000% true. If you want to improve the relationships in your life, and if you want to improve your mental health, you have to increase your level of appreciation. You should be thankful that there's somebody out in the world that wants to spend time with you, that enjoys you enough that they'd like to be around you. He made it very clear in the video. He was interested in paying for you, meaning the girl that he was interested in, but he didn't want to pay for her 2 adult friends, which he is entitled to do, which he is that's appropriate. But this guy liked her. Like he wanted to spend time with her. He verbally expressed, I'm interested in you, and you're the one that I want to be spending time around. But she wanted more than that. And when he wasn't willing to do it, she got upset with him and turned that into a criticism. So I fully support this guy having that boundary. I think it is inappropriate for the woman to go into this date with the expectation that he would pay and be entitled to him doing so. So when he didn't, she got upset. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. I want you to watch this video of a date gone horribly wrong.
Okay. Before I go into my soliloquy, let me introduce my teammate, my ride or die, my ace boon coon, almost from the womb, Chocolate Pearl, my favorite girl. What is going on?
Hey. This is Chocolate Pearl calling you from Duval. Let's get this thing cracking because I got a lot to say.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
This
But
is some foolery.
so here's my point. He wasn't in the wrong because if she invited him first of all,
Mm-hmm.
and then she with her girls, and then she expect him to pay for all of them.
Right.
Now he was willing to say, "Hey, I'm hanging with you. I'm gonna pay for you. I ain't gonna pay for everybody else."
That's right.
And instead of her saying, "Okay, you see how much stuff they had on their table,
$200 worth," she said.
$200 worth of food, and she expected him to cover that bill." I said, "Was he gonna sleep with all three of them?
Exactly.
If I feed them, I'm gonna f them. If they
Okay,
ain't
it's gonna
feed,
be a threesome, foursome, fivesome, something.
gonna have a pointy point time."
That's craziness. That
But
is
that
craziness. First of all, you want to say something? Go ahead, say something, babe.
No, I just said about wow.
definitely.
But
So
my thing is this. First of all, why did you ask a man on a date with your girls? That's not a date. He's
well,
thinking that he possibly thought it was just supposed to be them two, and then probably when they got there, realized it was his girl. Her girls was there, but she knew that she was going to ask him to come so he can pay for everybody. So
yeah,
she
that
sham-shammed him.
yeah. So here's the deal. Um, surveys say that 30% of women go on dates with the sole intention of getting something to eat. They're not interested in the guy. They ain't trying to kick it with him. They say, well, I'll put up with him. He feed me, and I blast him off, or I might promise him something later down the road to keep getting that free meal. So saying that, she probably told her girls, and this is conjecture, I don't know, but that yeah, this dude's gonna come through. I'm gonna call old boy, he gonna come through, and I'm gonna see if he gonna pay for this. So they show up. They ask him to, she like, yo, the check to get to him, and she had a whole bunch of nerve and audacity. Not called Cassidy because she was black, but the audacity to say, "Oh, he got it," like she in his pockets.
That's just craziness to me.
If he got it or not, that don't make a
I
difference.
don't care if he's rich and a millionaire. You don't assume that this man is going to do that. Now, if he offers to do that, that's fine. That's on him. But you don't promise you don't promise people somebody else's money.
Yeah, but that's what usually happens. Like I said, about 30% of women go out on a date with a guy with no intention of getting with him, just getting that meal. Miss Kim, you brought that to me. What made that interesting to you?
When I first heard, first of all, I was thinking to myself, when did a date start consisting of you and your friend?
Yes, right. Multiple people.
When did that start happening? And
Oh,
then
that
everybody orders all this food. You come with no money and you expect somebody else to pay. You ask this guy
Correct.
to come meet with you. And like you said, he only was thinking it was just going to be the two of y'all, not you plus um, everybody else. So it was just crazy to me that a woman would do that. Bring her friends. Okay, if it is a date and y'all hadn't dealt with each other before, and you might say, okay, I y'all come, but y'all don't sit with us. Just in case it go left, you might sit at another table, but not come and sit to the table with us and expect him to pay for the meal.
but that's what she expected because you heard her. She said, "Yo, he got it," and it's
And
like
when did we start counting other people's money?
that's
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He got it. When did we start doing that?
But now, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to play the advocate there. I'm not the devil. I'm not going to play the devil's advocate, but I'm not going to. I'm going to play the advocate here and say maybe he was giving off the idea that he had it like that, and that that
still
T.I.
didn't
saw.
Okay,
cancel
but
his
the
money.
idea and actually knowing is two different things. Okay, he gave off the persona. He got it like that, but not for you and your friends. It's his.
But
Yeah,
Kim, not even at the fact that if he had it or not, you still don't count somebody else's pocket.
Exactly.
but that's kind of how you should be. Now, what should be and what is are two different things. And that's a big that's a big ask. Now, would he have been wrong to say, okay, I'll pay, but y'all all gotta sleep with me?
He would
They
have
wouldn't
been
have
wrong.
liked that. They would have been like, they wouldn't have wanted that.
Oh, I know that, but that's what I'm saying is that, but
Okay.
they see him being wrong for doing that, but they don't see anything wrong
But
with him
he even
coming out
said,
of pocket.
okay, I'll pay for you. And then it was like, well, what about my friends? Well, what about them?
Mhm.
Exactly.
And it looked like it might have been a Panda Express or something, some Chinese joint.
It was PF
PF
Chang's.
Chang's.
PF
Yeah.
Chang's.
Yeah.
Look,
And they
okay.
not cheap.
Big
They
dollars.
not cheap.
No,
Yeah,
that
I was
ain't
about
cheap.
to say $200 at PF Chang's. Yeah, okay.
For them, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say Panda Express, but yeah, it ain't. Look,
No, even at Panda Express, you still don't count somebody else's money.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Said hit
Um,
I got the value. I hit y'all up with the value meal. That's about it. Get y'all some Happy Meals and y'all shut up. Just y'all gonna be
all
there.
right. I got to get on this one. So number one, she obviously set the cat up. You don't go ask some guy out, and then and it sounds like she asked him, and she even said,
did.
"I asked you to come out, and then I asked my girls to come because I figured you would pay for them." Obviously, she set him up right away. Number two, who was videoing that? She was videoing that. She was ready for what he was going to say because she knew it. That was not going to happen that way. She set that dude up from number one. And who does that? And number one, if a girl, even though, and from what's been happening lately in life, when people go out to eat, most of the time, the guy asks a girl, let's go out, let's go out, let's go out. Girl asks the guy to go out. Normally, most of the time, she's going to pay for him.
You're supposed to.
Right. You asked him out. You're usually going to pay for him. You asked him out and then asked your friends out so he could take care of all y'all. And then she even sat up there and said, well, we ordered all this extra food because we thought you was going to buy.
And see, that was it. We ordered all this extra.
Set that joker up.
Yeah.
And if y'all didn't know, if y'all didn't pay attention, I paid attention right away. He had a Kappa lanyard, like the one you see on the screen. So I was like, yeah, you can't finesse a nude. It was like, nah. He was like, nah, I ain't got it like. And like I said, he could have had it like that, but she was on something. She was on some different level.
I thought it was funny when he just like, well, I ain't paying for nobody, not even mine. Y'all take care of it.
Exactly.
Right. Good job. The same thing.
I was
you don't get like that. You don't want to ask me to come out here. You take care of it.
You take care of it.
That's right. You was supposed to pay the bill in the first place.
Yeah, he was going to pay first for two. Then he's just going to pay for himself. And like, well, you don't put no. All right, I gotta go.
Right, y'all ain't rope a dope for me in this.
But that's what's called a foodie call. If y'all didn't know, y'all been out in the
foodie call.
A what? Foodie call. It's a foodie call. FOODIE.
Yep.
Booty call, like a booty call. You don't call, guy, or y'all call it a D appointment. Y'all call, they got their special ring when I need you. The itch scratch, I'm gonna call you. When I need to get my belly filled, I'm gonna call you up. There are some women who have guys by the name of food, rent, gas in they phone.
Wow.
Because what they know, but I
No.
mean, and I'm not, and I hate to say this, I ain't mad at them. If they can find some sucker to give it to them, more power to them. But that shouldn't be the default state. That shouldn't be the default state. But okay, everybody except for me got daughters. Now, let me before I keep going, I gotta highlight another one of my teammates, my sister from the same mister, the lady that's sweet as Snapple, Miss Apple. What's going on, Apple?
Hey everybody. What are we talking about? I came on kind of late. I apologize for
Okay,
that.
It's a
there
good
was a
one.
Some
video.
foolery. Some foolery.
Tomfoolery.
There was a video earlier where a guy was at a was they were out. It was a PF Chang's and they were outside. I don't know
Hey,
where this
go ahead,
was,
play it for her again.
and he was with a girl and her friends, and she was like, the bill came, and she was like, the girl that called him was like nodding, was like, yo, yeah, you got it, like like you pay for and he's like, I'll pay for everybody. No, I ain't paying for everybody. I said, I'll pay for you because I want to chill with you. I ain't kicking it with them like that. And that's what happened. So he wound up leaving, and they wind up they ordered $200 worth of food from PF Chang's, which, you know, is not a lot of it's food, but it's not, an entree is almost $30. So there's a lot of food. That's what we were talking about, and how people be watching other people's money. I'm gonna start off with Chocolate Pearl. If the diva came and you saw her doing something like that, what would you say to her?
I would have told her it's a shame. It's just a downright you wrong. You so wrong. Period. You wrong.
So do
And
you
I'm
really think
gladly, and I probably would have went and said, yo, dude, run.
do you think the diva is capable of that?
I don't I don't know because this is not my generation. I don't do no tomfoolery like that. Back in the day, you get hurt doing some mess like that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying? You seriously would have got hurt. Woman or no
see,
woman, you would have got hurt doing some tomfoolery or like that.
but
Um,
that's because where you came from. A lot of these women, now they out there in these streets. They out in these streets throwing, putting paws on folks. But it was different back then. People slick talked and did stuff like that. And like I said, if you could get away with it, you probably would try it. But a lot of times,
my morals wouldn't let me do it. So if I could get away with it or not, that's my morals just wouldn't have let me do it. But I understand what you're saying. But that's just wrong. You don't count somebody else's money, and you don't take some other women on your date.
Right
You
there.
just don't do that.
That right there.
but they can say it's a safety thing.
And then, no, and safety my
Could have sat at
behind.
another table.
Yeah,
You
That's
drive
what I
separate.
said. Sit at
Look,
another
you drive
table.
separate cars.
My thing
You
is,
be at the
even if
table because
you
it's in the public.
even if you invite like a friend for safety reasons, you shouldn't expect a man to pay for your friend. If I invite my
Right.
friend because I'm not sure about this guy, first of all, if I'm not sure about him, I'm not going out with him.
I'm going out with
Second
them.
of all,
Personal. Yeah.
but
let's
they
just
got
say I do want to be safe and I want my friend to just accompany me. I'm going to pay for my friend. I'm not going to expect him to pay.
Exactly.
so here's the question
Yeah,
though.
two friends.
Are you gonna? I mean, have you ever done a foodie call, Apple? Apple,
I'm sorry. Somebody walked in my house. What you said?
have you ever done a foodie call?
No, no. I'm too independent and prideful.
And what do you think Gremlin would do that?
No, she barely wants the man to pay, period. I have to tell her if the guy asks you out on a date, he's supposed to pay for you.
Yeah,
But she
that's
doesn't she
Nicole.
doesn't
She was the
even like
same
that.
way.
She
Yep.
rather pay for her
Nicole
own
was the
stuff.
same way.
I had to tell her it's okay for him to pay for your food if he asks you out. Now, if he's acting like a dick and you want to eat, you go ahead. Excuse my language. You go ahead and pay for your food and leave. you know.
But I mean, there was that, but there's not the expectation like it used to be. And there's a difference between expectation and entitlement. If I don't know you, if I'm meeting you for the first time and we've been kicking it online and we come together and you got your girls and talking about I'm paying. Oh, I am not going to be very happy. So I'm gonna ask Miss Kim. She got two daughters. Do you think your daughters would do something like that? And if they did, what would you do? How would you advise them, or which would you tell them when you found out?
I don't think they'll do anything like that. Well, I know they wouldn't. And but if they did, I would have to snatch them up. You're wrong. You do not do stuff like that. You know better. But I really don't think they'll do anything like that. That's just I had a hard time wrapping my head around it when I saw the video. Like, people
I mean,
actually do this.
but that's a younger generation thing, you know. And like I said, is it foul? Yes. Is it? But if dudes is willing to pay, why not get a free meal if they gonna pay for a free meal?
Okay, now you saying it like that. Say for instance, you was hanging out with your girls and your boy was like, yo, I want to hang out with you. And they say, oh, I'm all right. I'm out here with my girls. Why don't you come on out with us? And he comes out. Y'all go out to eat. And you ask him, can you pay for my girls? Give him the opportunity to say yes or no.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I'm not saying that what she did and Miss Dream, you got on a little late, but I'll catch you up right quick. We're talking about people rolling up on folks. The situation was it was a Facebook video where the guy the guy came and he got the girl called the guy and she was with two of her friends, and when they were finished eating, the bill came and she just nodded at him and said he got it. She ain't discussed it with him. She just said he got it. And he said, "What are you talking about? I'll pay for you because I'm with you. I ain't paying for your girls." And she's like, "You what kind of dude are you? You gonna pay, you ain't gonna pay for us?" And then he said, "All right, if you want to act like that, I'll pay for me and leave." And then she was like, "Nah, just leave." And he just left. So they had to pay for his food. And they had ordered $200 worth of food from PF Chang's. Now, would either of your daughters do something like that, do a foodie call?
No, because they are just not that type of girls. But at the end of the day, I think he needs to know the caliber of people he's hanging out with. And
But
yeah,
he's trying to kick it though. He's trying to kick it, and she invited him out.
if she invited him out, and I don't know, I feel like men and these young boys, they gotta be more discerning and choose wisely, because you can't just invite someone out if you didn't have some type of conversation with them. And then even if you did, to react that way to it, she might have did him a favor because he got to leave and they paid for him. So I mean, I think it's a wrong thing to do, but I think, I think it definitely can happen. And I think the boys, just as like the girls, they need to be careful as to the caliber of females they're interacting with.
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm just saying it's a lot of times there's an expectation and then there's entitlement. And that crossed the line to entitlement because she was like, she ain't even it was like, yo, she was just like, she just not, she did like this. He got it. Like,
And then the fact that she didn't even necessarily know him that well, if this was like a first outing.
it might have been the
So
first or second. They were, like I said, he just came to kick it with her. And she brought her team with her.
yeah, that's a little dicey. But I feel like he's
It's a
learning her character early, so it might be working out in his favor. He might have gotten a free meal out the deal
Well,
instead of getting his steak.
he wind up getting a free meal, but she was trying to finesse him. I had something controversial. I'm like, if a woman wants to do that, and the guy, if she can find somebody dumb enough to do it, I ain't mad at her. I'm mad at him because he ain't paying attention. Like you said, he needs to be more discerning on who he talks to, because we want to blame the woman all the time, but it ain't always the woman's fault. She is who she is. She is who she is. And if she showed him who she was, and he was with it, more power to him. You like it, I love it. But it was foul for her to assume, and you know what they say when you assume something, it was foul because they didn't want to. It was they were just like, yo, he got it. He's gonna pay for me and my
First
girl.
of all, she just wasn't of good character. The fact that you would even do that,
But
that's the thing.
he did a Belle Biv DeVoe. He trusted a big butt. She probably had a big butt.
Right in the smile. That's right. You're so right.
She probably had a big
See,
old
I
butt.
don't use my butt for evil.
It's like, yeah.
What's happened to all of us?
Yeah. So, it's something about a good looking woman that guys just lose their damn minds. Like, what are you doing? She said she was gonna hook up with me. She said she said she loved it me. Meanwhile, Gloctavius is breaking her back, and he ain't even got to get her a pack of Marlboros. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Jesus. Jesus.
But overall, though, in today's society, I think it's just a symptom of how things are. Everybody's trying to get over on everybody else. If I can finesse you and not get finesse, that's a good day. Instead of going for people for what they, for what they have, or not what they have materially, but what they have inside. And this the thing is that, and I know y'all are a little more mature, a little more seasoned, so y'all more in tune with your feelings. But you talk to a 20 something, a late teen, 20 something, early 30s, they still in that mindset of somebody owes them something.
Yeah.
And because I have breasts in a vajayjay, you need to give me stuff. And that, I mean, hey, because if that wasn't the case, OnlyFans would be broke. Think about
That's so
it.
true. That's
Well, it's
so
like you said too. It's a lot of times it's the gentleman's fault because we keep doing it.
Yeah,
You throw it out there and the guy give it to him, you throw it out there again, another guy give it to you, you're gonna keep on doing it. It's good.
So, and that's my point. I'm like, in that case, in the case that we saw, she was 100% wrong. She was 100% wrong for trying to finesse.
200% wrong.
But overall, if a woman says that's what she gonna do and she do it, and she finds somebody dumb enough to take it, I ain't mad at. Like I said, I ain't mad at her because she's gonna, she told him she showed him what she was about, and he ain't believe her. But like I said, Belle Biv DeVoe. But anyway, but that's basically what we were talking about tonight. And now, ladies, do y'all know? I want to ask each of the ladies in here. I'm gonna start with Miss Dream. Have you ever had a guy finesse you out a meal?
I don't. I mean, I don't know, because I feel like I don't think so, but I don't necessarily like finesse me like I didn't know him. Because even if you finesse me out of a meal, it's not like a total stranger. It's not like I'm going to a meal with a total.
It's like the dude met you. Y'all met y'all mutual meeting in public, and he come up with some excuse like, "Yo, I left my wallet in the car." Now you can't. If you got a smartphone, that excuse don't work no more. But back in the day, people say, "Well, I forgot my wallet." Would you have paid?
I've never gotten one of those, I must say. Fortunate enough.
Do you know
Never
anybody?
had that.
Sorry about this one.
Did that ever happen to any of your friends?
No, I actually I don't even think so.
I think it happened to one of y'all, and you know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna go no further. Said that's the
I
same
don't know
guy.
why you
It
think
never
that.
happened to me.
That's all I'm gonna say. Chocolate Pearl, have you ever have a dude ever finesse you out
No,
of a meal?
nope.
And see, I don't. I
Your
think
ass
that
is cheap,
happens
so
less than you think.
yeah. My Chocolate Pearl cheap, so she ain't she ain't.
Well, no, I'm frugal. I'm not gonna say I'm cheap. I'm frugal. That's why me and Dabs get along so very well. However, no, nobody has finagled me. But I'm a type of person. If I invited you out to dinner, male or female, I invited you, I would pay. And that's just me. But no one has ever finagled me out of a meal. Now, I have gone on a date where the guy thought that the restaurant we chose was a little expensive. So what we did was I bought some hors d'oeuvres or whatever. I bought like a little hors d'oeuvre and a drink, and that was it. But he just felt it was a little. Now, if that's finagling, I don't know. But I didn't buy no full meal.
So
Yeah, I've
Miss
had
Kim,
men whine about the places I want to go.
yeah, Miss Kim, have you ever somebody ever finesse you out of a meal?
Nope, never
Apple.
had happened.
Yeah. No, nobody's ever finessed me out of a meal. I actually
Well, I
had to
know,
fight
but
with somebody to pay because I
I was about
invited
to say,
him.
but
Yeah.
you evil in anyway, so you know, ain't nobody go ain't nobody gonna try to mess with you like that.
That's right. You just give them that look, and they be like, "Okay, forget it. I'll pay."
Exactly.
Yeah, because if I'm offering to pay, let me pay, you know. And I
Exactly.
got expensive taste. I
Yeah,
try to be
you
frugal
are your
like
mother's
chocolate, but
child.
it's just not in my ministry. So,
That's right.
you know,
Margaret.
and
But
if I'm with you and I pick a restaurant and it might be out of your budget, I want to eat there. So I'm gonna pay.
Hey,
You
right.
understand? So I don't have a
Exactly.
problem with paying. And I'm gonna order what I
now,
want, you know.
now here's a kind of a twist to that, and it's related, but somebody invites you out. Do you order the most expensive thing on the menu?
No,
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 no.
no.
Why
no.
not? If he
Because
offering,
once again, now if he says go ahead and you can go ahead and order what you want, then that I'm thinking that he's saying, yeah, you got the money, but mommy has always told us don't go somewhere you can't afford to go. So if you ain't
Right.
got no money in your pocket to pay for it,
I
don't go.
was definitely going to say that. I'm gonna order what I can afford. So if I can
That's right.
afford the most expensive thing on the menu, I'm gonna go ahead and order it because I can pay
Right.
for it.
Right.
I'm
so
not,
Even though that person said he or she's gonna pay for it, you still don't order something that you can't afford to buy.
go ahead, Big Dabs.
Okay, I got a story about it. It didn't happen to me. Actually, I was kind of in the realm of it happening to some other ladies. So, I was probably, I don't know, this was way back. So I must have been somewhere in my 20s. I drove one of my pastors, down to um, California from Washington. He owned a big farm and he wanted to go down and pick up some fish. So we drove down to San Francisco. I drove with him. We went down to Fisherman's Wharf. Well, there were some ladies that he knew down there that he had called up and was talking to. And he said, oh, they want to go out and have some lunch. And I was like, okay, I'm thinking, because he pretty much was paying for everything for me, so I wasn't really worried about it. So okay, let's go down, because Fisherman's Wharf, really very expensive restaurant down in the pier in San Francisco. So he was like, we get down there and we roll, and he said, okay, I want you to pay attention to me very carefully, sir. When we get done eating, he said, watch what I do. That cat stood there, looked out the window, looked all around, and then he said, the bill came. He said, "Oh, excuse me, I gotta get up and go to the restroom." So he ended up, and them ladies ended up paying for our meal for us.
And he and he's a
He
pastor.
played it because he set it up. He played it just like that. He said, "Watch this," and I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
And he was a pastor.
Yeah, he was our assistant pastor.
What kind of janky stuff is? What kind of janky stuff is that?
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. Yep, that was one of them things. It's like, oh my goodness. Yep, he just sat there and looked around for a minute. Lady came, got up, ran to the restroom. They got the bill. I was just sitting there looking like, And then he took a long time, and they finally just paid the bill.
I seen that on TV.
Oh my
but
goodness!
I didn't think somebody actually did that in real life. Wow, and a pastor at that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was the craziest thing I ever seen. That talking about all this just made that come right back to my head.
I'm just saying though. I'm just saying though. How the hell he gonna finesse women and talk about Jesus on Sunday?
Okay, exactly.
You know, I mean,
he figured they asked him out to dinner, so the lunch, so he gonna let them take care of it.
And I understand that, but that's a finesse.
Right, that was a finesse. That was definitely a finesse, especially because he told me what was gonna happen.
Yeah,
that was definitely a finesse.
And to top it off, I'm just like, how the hell you gonna preach the word?
And I had a good meal too, bro.
I'm like, yo, no, we don't do that here. We don't do that here. But
why didn't they look at you to pay it?
Huh?
Why didn't they look at you to pay it? You said you were still sitting at the table?
Yeah, I was, because they knew I was just rolling with them.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he was along for the ride. He said he's gonna pay for me. So I'm.
Well, I know that, but I'm thinking that the ladies probably looked at him and why you not gonna pay it?
I wasn't invited.
But then again, because you were young and they didn't expect you to pay it.
I didn't know them ladies for nothing. So.
Exactly. That's funny though, because.
And I think that meal was like 30. It was like a $30 lunch too, and this was back in the 80s.
Yeah, no, I done got finessed a couple of times. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. I didn't paid for a meal for somebody that had no interest in me. I mean, but sometimes you just gotta count. Sometimes you just gotta hold that.
Count your loss, yeah.
I'm sure that happens to gentlemen a lot more often.
Yeah.
So and this is the thing, but my glasses are acting up. The glasses are trying to participate in the show. But anyway, a lot of times we don't look at it as finessing. We're looking at it as, if your heart, you look in reciprocation. Everybody loves to have reciprocation. You give, you get, everybody's happy. But sometimes, you want things to go well so much that you get finessed. But you don't see that as finessing until later on, unless somebody tells you, girl, you know you shouldn't have done that, right? But it's a part of life. It's just sad that everything is so transactional, and our children are dealing with that right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not women, and it's not just women, it's women and men, transactions. And that's so it's instead of getting to know people, we want to know what they can do for us.
Right.
And that's where the finessing part comes in. They don't want to do, everybody wants to be on that, I gotta get mine, get me, I'm gonna get mine before they get me. And that's not, it's adversarial that way, and that's why we have these, quote, gender wars, unquote. But I want to ask the ladies, do y'all know any ones that gone on foodie calls, like friends or family members? Or do you have that one friend you know they'll never pay for nothing, even when they with you?
Um, I never heard of food until you just told me, but I don't recall having any friends that just go out with people just so they can get something to eat. Now I do have some friends that I know when I go out, I know they can't afford where I go, and so I don't assume that make any assumption that they're going to pay. But then sometimes they will surprise me and they'll actually pay for their food, and then sometimes they'll actually pay for mine if they feel they have the money for it. But no, I have never known anyone who went out with people just for the food.
Because sometimes and I know Chocolate Pearl. Some of your friends back in the days had short arms and deep pockets. They wasn't they wasn't paying for they wasn't paying for Nathan. Hey, if I my money's my money and your money my money. But
I don't recall that, but
okay.
maybe I'm just uh, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Maybe I just don't know or don't recognize situations like that. We were raised differently. You know what I mean?
I
We know
understand
that
that.
how we were raised, and I just can't see somebody doing stuff like that. It's just wrong.
I think back then though too, they probably didn't do it unintentionally. They just didn't have the money to do it, but they wanted to go out and be with the people. So if you was paying, they was going.
Yeah,
Right now,
yeah.
I had
yeah,
some
that
friends
I
like I had
understand
some
that.
friends like that.
Yeah.
But
Now I know some people like that. Like they know they ain't got the money,
oh
and the
yeah,
person
I
who is
was that.
inviting them know they don't have the money, but they just want
Hey,
a
in my
companion.
circle, I was that dude.
Exactly. I felt that I was that person at
I
some
ain't
point
never had
too.
no money, but I had the type of friends. They was like, I was like my day one. He'd be like, "Yo, let's go to Jamaica." And I'm
Right.
like, "Yo, I ain't got no car fare. Did I ask you if you had car fare?"
Right.
That's
Yeah,
that.
Tracy used to be that for me. She knew I ain't had no a pot to piss in, but hey, we were there, we were doing things. You know what I'm saying, and she would pay for it. And then sometimes her mother would make sure I had money in my pocket, type thing. So yeah, I
Oh
was
yeah,
one of
no,
those
no,
people. But
Miss Helen was the
huh?
bomb, but she would give me money to take Beverly to the Beverly the
To
movies
the
on 80.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to those days because she used to get them free tickets.
For my job. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was trust me, I had great memories. And she put money in my pocket. I was like, hey, I ain't gotta pay for
Yeah.
those
It's stuff
tickets.
like that. It's just because it's a companionship. She didn't want her kids to go places by themselves, so needed somebody else to be there, so we could protect each other. And if she had to give us money to do it, then hey, I was going. I wasn't turning nothing down but my collar.
Definitely. And I always wore t-shirts.
Okay.
But okay, Miss Kim, did you ever have friends that just was, they ain't never had no money, but somehow they always had stuff.
They claimed they didn't have money, but they had money.
So they were
And
finessing. They were finessing.
yes, yes.
Can you
But
give
I
an
was,
example
but I
of
was
them
time
finessing
enough
somebody?
for 'em. Huh?
Can you give a time when they try to finesse somebody?
um, I think I better not tell that story on here.
Okay. All right. I got you. Enough said. Miss Dream, do you know anybody that be finessing folks?
I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, finessing folks is a part of growing up. I feel like at college, I'm sure I finessed folks when I just wanted to go out and get stuff to eat. And I mean, I think it just depends on age and maturity. So I feel like, yeah, everybody goes through that phase where I don't know if we didn't call it finesse then, but yes, you'll go on
Nah,
the date for the meal.
it wasn't.
But
It
I
wasn't
think
finesse. It wasn't called that back then.
yeah, it wasn't called that, but I feel like there's not necessarily wrong with it. It's a stage of life and a phase. I don't think like now, I think people now finesse, but I feel like at the end of the day, sometimes people end up kind of like falling into the finesse category. Not that they mean to, but sometimes people are just like cheap to their own self and to their own self-deprecation and detriment, especially at this age. So I think that could be, and I think it could look like they're finessing when they're just being like overly thrifty or for whatever reason.
Yeah, no, I understand. People be pinching pennies, but they
Right.
and we used to say people buy what they want and beg for what they need.
We need, yep. Mhm.
That was the thing. I thought you calling me for this, and well, didn't you ask me for money for that last week? Yeah, but I had to do this. Like, come on. I'm like, come
And I
on.
think to some level that probably is still a lot of the case, especially with younger adults.
Oh, I
Because I definitely think my daughters finesse me, and I'm sure they finesse like, male friends at times. But I think
That's a
that comes
different
from
thing when they
maturity.
finesse their parents. That's a skill that they
Yeah,
had to home in as they were growing up.
yeah.
Oh yeah, because they don't get out your pocket for a minute. Apple, have you
Hmm.
have who do you know that be finessing folks?
Oh, sorry. As an adult, I can only think of one person that finesses people.
How
Um,
they how they get it at this old age?
I don't know. She gets it. She gets it. I don't know. But when we were younger, it was the same person. It was the same person, and I mean, she could finesse anybody out of anything at any time. I don't know if it's her gift the gab or I have no idea, but yeah. And she'll have a pocket full of money and still get something for free
hmm That's
just because she can. She's
but
always been
that's
like that.
yeah, that's how some folks are. But yeah, people, I mean, and not it's not all the young people, because there's some people that are in our age range that still do that, as you heard from Apple. She got a finessing friend. But then sometimes with that, you might think they're trying to finesse you every time they talk to you. I remember I had a boy, it's like I used to hate seeing him come around because he was always like this. And always had a story. Always had a story. Talking about, yo, I'm just be having hard luck. No, you chasing booty and spending all your money at the strip club. Pay your darn bills. But a lot of times, we do have we all I think we all have decent hearts, and I know everybody in here personally. I know y'all all got decent hearts, but sometimes people take your kindness for weakness, and
Yes.
that's when the finessing really starts. So I mean, family or friends, you gotta not know your worth, but you gotta know when you get when you fall somebody trying to put you under their spell, and then you wind up why you pay for 10 people and you ain't even eat yourself. How am I gonna pay for somebody and I ain't? But oh, that video did kind of trigger me, but it was it was something that actually happened. But yeah, I am really talked out. I am really talked out. I'm at the point, I'm like, I'm gonna go, and we're not gonna just fill the air, and I'm just gonna keep it real, keep it live, keep it intact. But I'm gonna cut the show a little early tonight. Um, you know, maybe later we'll do a full show again. But like I said, I want to make sure that it's not. I'm more trying to get more quality than quantity, if y'all know what I mean. But
You're
before we
good, and you
go,
got 10 minutes left, so cutting it 10 minutes is good. You're good.
Yeah, that's what.
so Apple, you got anything before we go?
No, but this was a good topic. Maybe we can expand on it another time. This
Yeah,
is something that people don't normally talk about.
yeah.
It's very interesting.
If you can get some of your young peoples, like get I want to hear like Jackson's. I want to hear Jackson's perspective because he a fool. But but you're right. You're right. What about you, Chocolate Pearl? Anything before we go?
I'm holding a conversation with the mute button. Um, I'm saying that I thank Kim for bringing that topic on because that really sparked something because that's some tomfoolery. And this new generation, they need to be careful and the stuff that they do is just plain ridiculous. But I'm glad you covered this. That it needs to be heard. Everybody, if you can, uh, next time come back again, the same back channel, same back time, and if you have a topic out there that you want us to discuss, email us at what
DELITE, the number 7 at gmail.com.
and we will talk and discuss it. But this one was a good one. Thanks, Kim.
All right, because I was going to talk about really initially before we go. Initially, I was thinking about talking about last night when the game was watching me. The beginning, a certain person went to Madison Square Garden, and the Knicks was on a 12-game winning streak. They ain't winning no more.
No.
But they would. It's funny what you hear in the news about how most of us, the New Yorkers, know when he got in there, he got booed mercilessly. But some people are like, well, there were some chairs in there. I'm like, yeah, okay. It's like I think they're gonna keep it. They don't care who he is. Look, you bad for the Knicks. You don't need to be coming. And plus, you're not a New Yorker anymore.
No.
But
I'm back though.
hopefully Knicks in 5. The Knicks really need that championship. And like I always say, never make love by the garden gate. Though love is blind, the neighbors ain't. Y'all be good.
Mm-hmm.